Unlock the secrets of basketball legend LeBron James with these surprising facts you didn't know. Join us as we delve into the lesser-known aspects of his life, career, and remarkable journey to superstardom. Number 1. He joined Wilt Chamberlain and Moses Malone. James received some seriously harsh criticism for his Decision special, announcing his intentions to take his talents to South Beach in 2010. But there was something else historical about what he did. That's because by leaving Cleveland for Miami, James joined Wilt Chamberlain and Moses Malone as the only two other players to have changed teams following being awarded the league's MVP. Number 2. He endorses Dunkin' Donuts. With a physique like LeBron's, not too many people would think that he eats a ton of unhealthy stuff. Still, that didn't stop Dunkin' Donuts from signing him to a big marketing deal to promote the brand in Asia a few years ago. It appears that James is sweet on and off the court. Number 3. He shoots right-handed and writes left-handed. LeBron has worked on his jumper over the years since it was his one questionable skill heading into the NBA from high school. And as anyone who watches him play can tell, he shoots the ball right-handed. But if you were to meet James for dinner somewhere, he'd be holding his fork and eating left-handed, and then he'd sign whatever you handed to him in the same hand. Number 4. He helped design his high school football uniforms. Known for some unique outfits, LeBron has shown to have quite the style. Thanks to that passion for looking good, James actually had a hand in designing the uniforms that his old high school football team wears these days, which of course are sponsored by Nike and the LeBron brand. Number 5. He started a high school phenomenon. Although all of us are accustomed to the non-stop, live news action that the internet gives us thanks to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Back during James's high school days in 2002, the thought of a teenager getting one of their games televised nationally was insane. It might happen all the time now, but 12 years ago, James was the one who started it all. Number 6. He would have chosen Ohio State University. LeBron may have been targeted as the number 1 pick for years, before officially being able to declare for the NBA draft out of high school back in 2003. But had the rules been as they are now, where a kid has to go to college for at least 1 year, where would he have gone? While LeBron has admitted to having a few favorite colleges before, he declared he would have gone to Ohio State to play for the Buckeyes, which most likely would have won them a national title for the year he was in Columbus. Number 7. He had to cover some skin. James might sport some serious tattoos all over his body these days, but back in high school, the private school actually made him and his teammates cover up their ink during games. So, while he didn't get it until a few years later, James's famous witness tattoo on his leg would have had to be whited out. Number 8. Here's why he really quit football. Most of us are familiar with the fact that James was an all-state wideout while in high school, and that he has talked about the desire to play in the NFL. But why did he give up the gridiron? It wasn't because he couldn't cut it or just lost interest, but because he had broken his wrist at a hoops camp, and the thought of risking more injury on the football field ultimately led to him walking away from the helmet and pads. Number 9. He and Michael Jordan share a cool record. Sharing a few records with his idol Michael Jordan, one of James's most famous accomplishments is that he and Jordan are the only two players to ever win a league MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and Olympic gold medal in the same year. MJ accomplished it back in 1992, and James did it in 2012. Number 10. Jay-Z came to his defense. Good friends with legendary rapper Jay-Z, the MC's freestyle Blow the Whistle was actually in defense of then Washington Wizards forward Deshaun Stevenson, calling LeBron overrated. Stevenson said it before a 2009 playoff series against the Cleveland Cavaliers to try to throw Bron off his game. It didn't work, as James averaged 29.8 points, 9.5 boards, and 7.7 dimes in the 6-game series win. Number 11. He lived with his Pee Wee football coach growing up. During his mom Gloria's search for a more stable situation for her and her son, LeBron actually lived with his Pee Wee football coach Frank Walker, whom James credits with introducing him to the game of basketball. If that's the case, why aren't more people lining up to hire Walker as their personal coach? The dude clearly knows how to teach them. Number 12. The number 6 means a lot to him. After wearing number 23 out of respect to his idol, Michael Jordan, before leaving to join the Miami Heat in 2010, LeBron chose to wear number 6 for a few reasons. And although there are random theories out there, Bron has said he picked it because his first son was born on October 6th, which was already his Olympic number, and because his second son was born in June. Number 13. His yearbook made some mistakes. The name LeBron James might be recognized in nearly every single household around the planet, but while LeBron was in 8th grade, his own middle school couldn't even get it right. That's because there were a series of errors that were made after printing up the photos, with the most obvious being James's name mistakenly appearing beneath another boy named Michael Quinn. At least that kid knows what it's like to be Bron for a day. Number 14. His oldest son clowned him. There aren't too many people who would ever question the ability of LeBron James, but apparently his own son is someone who does. That's what James said happened following his terrible Game 5 in this year's Eastern Conference Finals against the Indiana Pacers, where Bron scored just 7 points and racked up 5 fouls in the loss. Looks like LBJ even gets criticized in his own house. Number 15. The Hummer H2. During LeBron's senior year of high school, he received a brand new Hummer H2 from his mom. The new whip caught the eye of the State Athletic Commission, which prohibits any gifts to athletes based on performance that have a greater value than $100. Miss James struggled to pay rent until LeBron received endorsements from Nike. Thus, this, likely, wasn't a motherly gift. LeBron James was suspended 2 games, and his basketball team was forced to forfeit 1 game. Number 16. He missed the 4th grade. LeBron skipped the 4th grade because his mom couldn't support him to go to school, let alone pay rent. James spent the year hanging out at his house, playing video games, and spending time with friends when they got out of class. Number 17. He signed a $90 million contract with Nike in high school. Even though LeBron was technically not allowed to touch most of this money until graduation, he signed a $90 million deal with Nike while still playing high school basketball. Nike rolled the dice early in LeBron's career, and it has more than paid off. Number 18. Shot commercial with childhood house being torn down. LeBron shot a Dr. Dre Beats commercial years back in the neighborhood he grew up in, located in Akron, Ohio. The commercial provides a glimpse of the poverty-stricken area in which LeBron was raised, as well as footage of a crane tearing down his childhood home. Number 19. LeBron James was the first black man on the cover of Vogue magazine. Only 2 men had ever made a Vogue cover before LeBron did it in April 2008, Richard Gere and George Clooney. In the pose, LeBron has Giselle in one hand and a basketball in the other. LeBron is dressed in basketball gear, with his muscles flexing, tattoos showing, and bared teeth. Giselle, on the other hand, is wearing a gorgeous slim-fitting dress and smiling. But the image stirred up controversy, with some commentators decrying the photo as perpetuating racial stereotypes. James strikes what some see as a gorilla-like pose, baring his teeth, with one hand dribbling a ball and the other around Bunchin's tiny waist. Maybe the point was to show the contrast between brawn and beauty, masculinity versus femininity, and strength versus grace. But Vogue's quest to highlight the differences between superstar athletes and supermodels only successfully reinforces the animalistic stereotypes frequently associated with black athletes. Number 20. He is the oldest player in the NBA as of January 2024. Recognized for his enduring career, as of January 2024, LeBron James holds the distinction of being the NBA's oldest player. Starting the 2023-24 season, James claimed the title of the league's oldest player, succeeding Udonis Haslem and Andre Iguodala, who had both retired. And that's it for this video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you found it useful. To make sure you don't miss any uploads, tap the bell icon, share the video, and comment down your thoughts. See you in the next one!